You might think you're in a strong position, Paris Saint-Germain, but I'm sorry, you're not. So look, man, let's try and break this down, man. This whole PSG and Mbappe Real Madrid fiasco, which just seems to have accelerated in the last few hours or so. And we're just going to break down what Leonardo, who's the sporting director, what he said, because I just think that I think PSG might be a bit confused with regards to where their position is. Because as I said again, their position is not very strong. But let's try and break this down and see what we're going to say. So let's read this interview. So the first thing says that how did you react to Real Madrid's offer? We have not had much public communication on all that. But our position has always been to keep Kylian, to extend his contract. Key thing here. Keep Kylian, extend his contract. That is the key thing. So by him saying that their main aim is to extend his contracts is they don't want to lose him on a free. So obviously, I'll get into the details with regards to, is Leonardo acting as the right businessman that you should be for the sports director of PSG, or is he acting on behalf of the Qatari group and the royal family? That's always been our aim, and that is still the case. We made two significant offers to Kylian, one at the level of the top players in our squad 2 months ago, and one above that of those players very recently. We want to prove to him that he's an important player at the center of our project, but not above the project. In terms of, so basically, I think this again shows you how they've tried hard to appeal to him. So maybe this is where their anger is. Oh my gosh, we are offering you to be amongst the highest paid players here. And people may say, oh, Mbappe is being greedy and so forth. But guys, use your brain. Do you really think that Real Madrid can offer Mbappe a more lucrative contract than PSG? No. This has everything to do with football. This has nothing to do with money. Because if it was about money, Real Madrid cannot match what PSG have. It's impossible. So this is about, no, there's nothing you can offer to me. This is a footballing decision. There's the reason why I have Maradona on my Twitter pick, because I need to do the football thing, not the money thing, the football thing. And the football thing is all passed through Real Madrid. And we want to prove to him that he's an important player. Okay, in terms of a position on Real, it seems like a strategy to try to get a no from us, to show that they have tried everything and to wait for a year to get him for free. For the last 2 years, Real Madrid have been behaving like this. It is incorrect, illegal, even because they contacted the player. So this is about tapping up a player. Now, I can maybe sort of, on the one hand, maybe understand a little bit where Leonardo is coming from there of like, why are you tapping up this player, blah, 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 blah. Because I think, you can't tap up a dude, which is, I think, what they tried to do with, I think, Griezmann. I think even Neymar as well. But you can look at it at that angle, but maybe the other angle is it's Real Madrid, and the guy who is touted as the next big star would obviously want to play for Real Madrid, because some of the greatest players that we've ever seen in the game have played for either Real Madrid or Barcelona. Because doesn't matter what anyone other club does, Real Madrid and Barcelona will always be the places that the very best players will want to go to and shine. It is just what it is. So you have to look at it at that particular angle. For the last 2 years, Real Madrid have been behaving like it is unacceptable for us because it is not correct. It is proof of the strategy. An offer comes 1 year before the end of his contract and 7 days before the end of the window. They want us to reject to show to Kylian that they tried everything and to start negotiating for next year. You could say that, and this is the angle that we're coming at, you could just say that they're doing you a solid by saying that you could either accept, you could either receive 160 or you can receive nothing. I'll say one last time because this is going to be the theme of this video. You can either take 160 or you can take nothing. So ourselves, Real Madrid and Mbappe, we're doing you a solid, which we don't have to do. Let's move on. Have you rejected this offer? Yes. We said no verbally, but we will not hold anyone back. If someone wants to leave and the conditions are met, we will see. Key thing, if someone wants to leave and the conditions are met, we will see. But we have created a dream with our players this summer and we will not let anyone destroy it. Very key, and this is what I was trying to say on the live before. This is a very key statement here. But we have created a dream with our players this summer and we will not let anyone destroy it. That dream is centered around Eminem, Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, and that's part of the marketing campaign. That is part of the key idea, and that is a part of the massive sell. That's boom. We already have an amazing team: Verratti, Marquinhos, Hakimi, Ramos, Donnarumma, blah blah. But just put in this crazy front three of the best players in the world. This is something that excites the dressing room. That we could actually really win a UCL here. We consider the offer to be very far from what Kylian represents today. We also owe part of this money to Monaco, and we consider that the offer is not enough. But this goes back to the theme that we're going to be seeing again. We consider the offer to be very far from what Kylian represents today. Now, if his contract did not run out next summer, let's say he was here for 3 more years. Oh, 160. Get the hell out of here. If he had 3 more years on his contract, 160, screw you. 180, screw you. 200, okay, we begin negotiations from 200. He's very young, and we know how highly rated he is. The negotiations starts, commence from 200. 160, get the hell out of here. Things continue and Griezmann go for like 140, 120. So, but things are slightly different. Like the notion of evaluation and how you value him doesn't come into play when his contract is expired next summer. Then you don't have the power of this is what we value him at. It goes back to a point I will keep on saying in this video is Real Madrid and Mbappe are doing you a solid by saying we're not renewing the contract next summer. So this is the chance for you to get something or nothing. Let's move on. It was for 160 million euros. Yes, I cannot confirm the numbers, but it's around that. It is less than what we paid for him, but it is above all the way in which Real Madrid have gone. But it is above all the way in which Real Madrid have gone about it that we do not like. I don't understand what you don't like about this. Again, let's reiterate I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but I need to just keep hammering this home. Leonardo, you have to understand what the reality is. Mbappe says, I'm not going to sign a contract next summer because I want to go to Real Madrid. Like I say, they've tapped him up, they've done that. The reality of the situation is Mbappe said, I am not signing a contract for a renewal. So you can either get something for me or I'm going to go for a free. It's very simple here. You have to deal with the facts. Does Kylian Mbappe want to leave? Kylian Mbappe wants to leave. That seems clear. Boom. So that's settled. So no longer this, that. Fabrizio says this thing says that. This is straight from the horse's mouth. Leonardo says he wants to leave. If Real Madrid are making an offer, that seems clear. Me, I'm giving a position that I think it is clear for everyone. We cannot, the week before the end of the window, change our plans. If he wants to leave, we will not hold him back, but on our terms. Sorry, bro. You don't have the power to say it's on your terms. Because I'll repeat it again. You don't have the strong bargaining power here. So you can say, oh no, 200. Real be like, oh, 200. Sorry, it's cool. We're just going to wait till January. Then he can sign a pre-contract. And that's going to look real bad on you because Mbappe has already signed a pre-contract for us with 6 months left until he can go for a free. And how's that going to look? So we're going to do like bench him? Now discard him? And do you want that in the dressing room? Do you want a situation where a guy has clearly says, I want to leave, I don't want to be part of this. So he's sort of in, out mentally. So this is the reality, bro. Have you spoken with Kylian Mbappe? With Kylian, I've spoken a lot. He has always said the same things to us. Kylian has always promised that he will not leave the club for free. That is always what he has said to us. So Leonardo, it seems pretty simple. He says that he doesn't want to leave the club for free, but he wants to leave to Real Madrid. So sorry, he says that, he says he won't leave the club for free, but he wants to go to Real Madrid. So you have to combine both of these things. He wants to go to Real Madrid, but he wants to respect PSG by leaving for something. Now, if he rejects all these advances from Real Madrid and next summer comes through, Mbappe is going to be like, I want to go to Real Madrid. And I don't know how long I'm going to have to wait until Real Madrid can come up with enough money to buy me. Because what if you just keep on rejecting? Or what if Real Madrid say 180 is as high as we go and your valuation is 250? Now what? Yes. But so it goes back to how it makes sense to sell for something now, because he says, I want to leave for free, but I want to leave. But if you're going to reject all of Real Madrid's advance and you're going to reject 160, you're going to reject 170, and I can now go for free, which will make it easy for Real Madrid, I'm sorry. Because it goes back to my point. I'm doing you a solid by saying I am not going to sign a contract renewal. Because what I want is to leave, is to join Real Madrid, but I also want you to get some money. But if you're going to play hardball, I'm going to make it easy for Real Madrid to get me. Because what I want supersedes what you want. Because you're the institution, I am me, and I'm the player here. So the door is open. We have never opened the door to a departure. Never. People say that I want to sell and Nasser does not. But Nasser and I think the same thing. We're on the same wavelength. We defend the club. Our aim is to extend the contract and keep him. But if a player wants to leave, that is on our terms. That goes not only for Kylian, but for all the players. Do you expect to receive another offer? We do not plan to speak with Real Madrid again. The deadline is the 31st of August at midnight. That is how the transfer window works. For us, it is clear. We keep him and we extend him. But we're not going to allow someone to leave for a fee of less than we paid for him when we still owe Monaco money. I want to get back to that. Do you have a plan B? We're not preparing anything on the market at the moment. He has another year on his contract. So we want to extend him. We have never thought about a plan B. We have created a very positive atmosphere. We're not going to let anyone change that. We keep him and we extend him, but we're not going to allow someone to leave for a fee of less than we paid for him when we still owe Monaco money. We're in a situation because, see, I understand Leonardo's point of view here, and I understand from a business point of view you want to get good money for him. So I can understand their beef with Mbappe. That Mbappe, look, we want X amounts for you, which makes sense based on how much we paid for you. So we paid X for you, so therefore we want Y for you, because it makes better business sense. We cannot sell you for less than what we bought for you, which is true. So, but for Mbappe, that's not his issue. For Mbappe, that's not my issue. The most important thing is I want to go here. This is where I want to go to. And I am trying to make it I'm trying to make the best possible situation for you. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make the best possible situation for you. I'm trying to make this easy. But it seems like you want to now make me seem like as the bad guy, because you're now going to now make me seem as the villain in what could be bad business for you. But again, the reality of the matter is this, is that Leonardo, people, you're ignoring a man's wishes. I want to leave. I want to go to Real Madrid. And of course, you don't want to sell him for 160 because you want to sell him for more. But then we become to a thing of the lesser evil. You know what? I mean, do you want to be screwed with or without lubrication? You're going to get screwed. So the question is, with a lubricant or without a lubricant? Most guys will say, I don't want to be screwed, but if I have to choose, what brand is the lubricants? I mean, what brand is it? So the reality of the matter is 160. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but 160 is better than 0. Because you could have a situation where you could, if he doesn't sign a contract extension, because you see, what you now do is you now break relationships with him on Mbappe. And if you now make Mbappe seem like the villain and you're angry with him, you're angry with Real Madrid and so forth, you mess things up, it will make it even more likely, like let's say if it was 98% that he's not going to sign contract renewal, that makes it like 99% he doesn't sign a contract renewal now. Because it's like, oh, you're making me seem as the villain, you make me seem as the bad guy. Oh, I'm definitely leaving out and I'm leaving for a free, which will just make PSG look really, really bad. So I'm sorry, PSG, like, that's why I just want to know, like, if it's a case of you need to do good business here, the only thing that makes sense is what makes sense is, you have to do a minimum. Okay. You try and push it as much as you can, but you make the sale this summer. Can you push it to 170? Can you do 175? Can you do 180? Can you do 185? But you keep pushing you try and push for as much as you can get from Real Madrid, but you make the sale because, again, 160, 170, 175, 180 is better than. But all in all, man, I mean, this is interesting because again, the always question is have hope. What do you think happens? It truly feels as if PSG are going to stand firm and just not accept the offer that Real Madrid have put forth. And if that happens, and Mbappe sticks by his guns, because who knows, maybe Mbappe may extend his contract, but if Mbappe sticks by his guns, then you lose him for free. And you look really stupid losing him for a free. But I do feel that that's probably what's going to happen, that he's just going to just wait it out for the year and then join Real Madrid on a free. Because I'm not sure whether Real Madrid will go up to 200. Because I think that these guys are looking for 200 or 220. Basically, they're looking at not of 200, and I just don't think Real can go up that high. So for Real, they're like, bro, like, it's maybe they may go up to 180 or 185, and they're like, look, take it or leave. It's 185 final offer. But again, it goes back to the original point. We're doing it, Mbappe, I'm doing you a solid. I'm giving you a heads up that I'm not signing a contract with renewal here. So I am giving you a chance to get some money off of me. Real Madrid are saying, look, because Real could very easily say, we're not gonna give you a bid. Come January, he's gonna sign us a pre-contract and he's gonna give us for free. So Real Madrid could have just been like, oh, we're just gonna give for a free. So they're doing US solid by saying, we're actually gonna pay you 160 when we don't have to. That's why PSG shouldn't be saying, oh, Real have acted very. No, Real Madrid are doing you solid by saying that we can get this guy for nothing, but we're actually going to give you 160. See, if I was advising Real Madrid, see, as a football fan, I want this to happen now because I want the CL to be exciting. But if I was not a football fan, if I was a businessman advising Real Madrid, I'd be like, bro, wait. Save, if you've got 160, save it. Wait a year. And ensure that he doesn't sign that contract, keep contact with him and so forth, and sign a pre-contract in January. Sign a pre-contract in January, we're all good. Say, look, it's fine. Because I doubt much is going to change between now and January. So if I'd advise Real Madrid on a financial tip, save it. So you've been done a solid, man. Interesting. But we'll see what happens. I will keep you guys updated as to this Mbappe saga. But I don't know what you guys think. Comment below. I think he does stay with PSG, and then with us, we'll see. Who knows? Maybe if this year really goes crazy and amazing for PSG, and Eminem really pops off, maybe just maybe Mbappe just might change his mind and say, you know what, I wanna commit to PSG. Please, guys, remember to drop a like for this beautiful content, and if you're new, remember to subscribe. One love.